So we've settled into the new home. We are in peak season here on the coast of North Carolina, and we're going to enjoy that today. Stay tuned though, because we have a little bit of a challenge at the end of this video. Let's get it.
So the day started nice and sunny. So we spent some time out on the backyard, soaking up that sunshine, and decided to try the beach, which ended up being very windy and cloudy and cold. Still wanted to get out there and enjoy it for a little bit, so wrapped up and took in the sights, watched the people swim in that crazy cold water, had some friends visit us and try to steal some of our Jersey mics, but we prevailed. We held strong.
And once we got back from the beach, I had some work to do, so had to plant some new plants. Unfortunately, we lost a couple of our snake plants.
Look at that goob.
Goob in the back. Got distracted there. But if you saw our earlier video of snow on the beach, we had a couple of nights back to back where it froze, and I missed one night from bringing our snake plants in, and it got them. So unfortunately, I think we lost both of them. I did try to cut some of the roots out that still looked good, and hopefully we can save that. But we're replacing them with a pygmy palm, which you see here, and a purple fountain plant. So you'll see me struggling. How many mats does it take to get a pygmy palm out of the planter that it comes in? But anyway, just putting some new plants in with the new house, trying to make it feel a little more us and a little more homey. So that's why we're adding these pieces in. Okay, so we're trying something a little different today. We're going to do an adventure challenge, couples edition. Skip. So with the house move, all the stress with that, we've had family down. We kind of need to reset a bit and get some time back to ourselves and do something fun together. So we've had this book for a while. We were like, what's the perfect thing to kind of get us back in rhythm? And we're gonna check one of these things off, and you guys get to come along and let's see how it goes. So anyone who's never done one of these, essentially you have this scratch off pad. It gives you a price range, a time to do it, and how long it's expected to take. So we're gonna flip through and see if we can find one that works for us. We've chosen couple's booty. Inside, but we may need supplies, $5 to $20. We can do it at any time, and it's going to take us 1 to 2 hours to do it. We got couples booty. You don't have to be a pirate to find great treasure. Create your own epic couples memory box. Start with a shoe box, cigar box, jewelry box, etc. Take time to decorate and personalize it. This is going to be a box that sticks with you for a long time. Fill the box with small treasures from your dates, for example, movie tickets, fortune cookie fortunes, a coin from a wishing well, or a rock from a water fountain. We don't have any of that stuff, so we're gonna have to make a run for supplies really quick. But yeah, let's get to it. The thing about living in a tourist town is everything's about 30 minutes to an hour away, so we have a bit of a drive in front of us to get to a craft store, but yeah. So we make it to the craft store, and of course Steph immediately veers right to the area that we're not actually here for and starts going for the pretty decorative items.
Well, of course, you gotta, check it all out, scope it out, spark some inspiration.
I finally force her over to what we're here for. We find a pretty nice item, and we quickly realize that the idea that we have for this treasure box is way too far out of scope, and we probably work on it for over a month. So we decided to narrow it down a bit, kind of match a little bit closer to our style, pick a few things that already blend in with our vibes, and then I had to get us out of there quick before we spent any more money. Took a lot longer than it should have. Our indecisiveness. Wow. Indecisiveness. Because when you try to say it the right way, when you're onto the camera, it's like indecisiveness.
That's the stuff you should keep in though. That's what makes it funny. Because that shows the personality of it.
Oh, it's still recording. Nice. Anyway. It took us a little longer than it should have, but we got some really cool stuff to at least get this thing started. So let's go put it together. I wanted to talk a little more about the Adventure Challenge book, and we aren't sponsored or affiliated in any way. It's something that Steph and I picked up that we thought would be really nice to kind of have in the arsenal to have in those moments where we're craving some type of adventure, but we don't know what to do and we're both worn out from work or whatever it is, but just give us kind of that spark. The book is built around the theory of random creativity, which that theory states that you just explore the role of chance and randomness in the creative process, and then it kind of suggests that there's unpredictable elements that can stimulate new ideas and innovation. So kind of some of the core concepts of breaking from your habit and letting randomness kind of disrupt thought patterns and open new avenues for you, essentially. And it can lead to unexpected encounters or accidental discoveries, like finding your new favorite hole-in-the-wall restaurant or exploring a new part of your city that you've never been to. And that's kind of why we picked it up. It just gives us not forced exploration, but kind of when we've kind of exhausted the things that we know, especially we moved to this town several years ago, so we've been here for a few years, so we've learned the things that we like, but we've now gotten caught in a routine, and these types of things help us break that routine. So I hope over time, Steph and I definitely plan to try and check as many of these off, if not all of them. That's the goal, to check off all of these within this book. You can pick these up on Amazon, at Target. I've seen it in several different places that we've been in, and they have other ones too. They have a travel version. We happen to have the couples version, but it's kind of nice. It just kind of like awakens a different part of you and helps you kind of come alive a little bit, but it also helps you connect. Specifically, the couples edition helps you connect deeper with your partner and explore things that you both maybe wouldn't be normal, and that's a bit outside of your comfort zone. But how else do we grow in this world?
finished our first adventure challenge. Made a memory box to keep all of our keepsakes from our travels and the things we're doing. But the book said 1 to 2 hours. We might be overachievers because it took us probably closer to 6. But we got it done. It looks cute, fits our vibe.
Yeah, we got it done. We chose the book, for all of the pun reasons of being a story and the story of our lives. But I'm really pleased with it. I think it's super cute. We've already got a couple of things in here. But the wild story continues, and I can't wait to bring you guys along to see what we put in our treasure. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.